Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the first of the month, so get up, get up, get up. We gotta start off different, okay? And listen, I would play this song, but they would probably copyright it for me. So we gotta dress it up, okay? Whatever the fuck that means. So we got a ball like it's March Madness, all these cops shooting niggas tragic. Only one living lavish, like I'm playing for the Mavericks. So you already know how the song goes, okay? But it is March 1st, it's March Madness, and this is the go home edition for AEW Dynamite before Revolution this Sunday, which honestly, this card and leading into this show, I'm kind of iffy on it at the same time. But this is a go home show, folks. And man, I felt this was a rough one to get through at the same time, okay? At the Cow Palace, their first time there in San Francisco. Cow Palace, a really big building, I do know that, very legendary building. But we do kick it off though with the All Atlantic Championship on the line between Orange Cassidy and Big Bill. And honestly, people I know either watched this or they left because they knew what was going to happen. It did not want to watch this. And then again, I almost didn't really want to watch this, given which I kind of figured what the result was going to be. Big Bill, W. Morrissey. I wish they would have kept W. Morrissey. Um, but I cannot take this seriously. Okay, just like last week with Yuta, I'm sitting here thinking like, so Morrissey literally just lost to the pocket guy, right? Cassidy here, like this is where we're going with. And yeah, I know they got Stokely out there as the Black Panther and Danhausen and whatnot, but okay, it took like what, three orange punches and one off the top rope to beat Morrissey. Which I don't, at this point with him, I don't even know what to say about him because listen, I'll give Morrissey a lot of credit. Okay, ever since when he got released from the WWE. And listen, he was going through a horrible time a few years ago, especially once he left. But the guy got back in shape. DDP helped him, and I think he came back and had a very big redemption story because. I wasn't sure when he came back, but he did really great over there in Impact at the time, and I was glad to see him kind of come to AEW. I still don't get this name change, but yeah, the Giant, which I question this company half the time when it comes to booking Giants on here because they end up losing. Which someone says he just hates Giants, Tony Khan, and just loses the Giants lose the smaller guys. I take Brian Cage and Jungle Boy there, and just feels like another example with the pockets, the pockets here. The pocket guy, of course, going against Big Bill. What, damn near 7 feet tall, and you can't teach that? This is what we're going with, huh? I just kind of shook my head. I could see why Kyle left and did not want to see this match. So yeah, there you go. I don't know what to say about Morrissey's future at this point, but yeah, you lost Cassidy here, so I don't know what to say about that. But oh, there's more to be said, folks. There's more. But we did go to a John Moxie promo, which was actually really good. Talk about the Texas Death Match. Which I still kind of find it funny. We're doing a Texas Death Match that's not actually in Texas, and when it was announced in Texas, the crowd didn't really care about it. But it's going to be happening. But still, really good promo. Basically, talking about he's got the animal in him and whatnot, and there's only one animal like him in the AEW ecosystem. The Elite came out, which they immediately got jumped by the House of Black once the lights went out. So I don't really care for this match at Revolution, given that one, it's been like 1 or 2 weeks build. All it's really been, and I haven't watched Rampage that much, but they've had what, um, you know, I think the House of Black just kind of played mind games with the Elite, but that was just kind of it. After that, I don't know. Then again, I don't really care for these 6-man belts, so it is what it is, and I'm sure it'll be a spot fest on Sunday. Samoa Joe came out to be on commentary, which I enjoyed him on commentary for the Revolution ladder match. Given that the ladder match is not going to be happening on Sunday at Revolution, given because the Iron Man match with Danielson and MJF, I'm most likely sure about that. We did have Sammy Guevara, Action Andretti, Powerhouse Hobbs. Where's that man been? I don't know. Most of the time he was doing promos. Apparently he was on Dark, but I don't really know. But maybe he was spinning the block, but he decided to spin back to AEW. Eddie Kingston, which barely seen him on AEW. I only know about his win over Jay White recently on New Japan. AR Fox, Konosuke Takeshita, Commander, who I have never heard of, which get ready for a lot of crazy stuff from him. Know he's a luchador. And Ortiz, which then again, were Eddie Kingston and Ortiz somewhat feuding with each other and going against like the House of Black? What happened to that whole storyline? And Dreddy, I almost kind of forgot he was here at the same time too. But this match, this was a car crash wreck. This was crazy spots in this match. This commander guy, it's almost like watching Phoenix in a way, especially doing the tightrope thing. Him walking off of the ropes and doing a crazy flip off of there. There was a lot of crazy stuff in this match. I thought some of it looked kind of dangerous. Um, what was that one with not Takeshita, but I know the Blue Thunder Bomb one with on the Commander dude, which looked deadly by the way. I've also hit the ladder. But Andretti and Guevara doing like a big suplex off the ladder. It was supposed to hit the other ladder, but it completely missed it. So that looked bad. I know they had what Guevara and Garcia came out. Of course, he's got to interfere, and they take out Andretti and do like a Jeff Hardy swan tom off the ladder. That looks insane. Um, that was an insane one. But Garcia's trying to help Guevara get up there. Takeshita knocks him down. Takeshi's trying to get up there, then clearing out everybody. But Hobbs knocks the ladder over, breaks the ladder, and they had like 3 or 4 referees hold the ladder because I don't know why they just didn't go get another ladder from the ground. Why are we gonna do this broken ladder? And you gotta give Hobbs a lot of credit because he stood all the way to the top of the ladder while all the refs are holding it, and that looks dangerous given a man his size. But you gotta give him credit for that. Takes a lot of true bravery right there. My friend was telling me earlier because yeah, Steven made a point. That takes a lot to climb up that and grab that Sonic the Hedgehog ring up there. Okay, so I'm glad to see Hobbs win. I'm glad to see him doing something with Hobbs, and it's his hometown, by the way, too. So there you go. But man, that looked very dangerous on a broken ladder, though. And then Hobbs is going up the ring. Joe's getting up off the table. Wardlow's coming out because Hobbs will get a title shot next week. Whoever wins between Wardlow and Joe out there. So we'll see what happens with that, which I don't know who's really going to win that. I don't know if Hobbs is really going to lose or if Wardlow gets the win back. I don't know because Joe's still the double champion, folks. So don't know what to say about that. Uh, but right after that, then but yeah, the ladder match though, just insane spot, crazy stuff. By the way, nobody really even got an entrance out here. They just went to the match as soon as it began. Because I was just sitting there like, man, I don't even know who half some of these guys were in the match and what they've been doing. Um, right after that, Chris Jericho went against Peter Avalon. Jericho won. Like, come on, who really thought Jericho was gonna lose here? But Jericho had his bat and started beating up Avalon. Ricky Starks is running out there as he's checking to see who's behind him. Jericho says, I'm gonna beat the hell out of you Sunday Revolution. The Jericho Appreciation Society may be banned on Sunday, but not tonight. Next thing you know, Hager and Garcia just come out and beat up Garcia and Jericho. All three of them just jump him as Jericho, hits the Judas effect in there. So I'm assuming Starks wins on Sunday. I don't know. Maybe. I'm not sure. Then again, didn't he beat Jericho? So shouldn't Jericho get his win back? But they've been having Jericho people just beat up and, screw the guy over every week. So I don't know. Hangman cut a promo talking about the Texas Death Match. Christian Cage came out, which I thought was one of the best promos out of the entire night, talking about Jungle Boy. You've gotten off this business with your good looks and all this stuff, but you just want to take a title and everything and just post it on the internet and everything. You treat this business like a video game. I treat this business like an ATM, and I'm not done milking it dry. Okay, so I'm challenging you to a fight at Revolution, not a wrestling match. Cage challenged him. No, there's not going to be any rules, regulations. Next thing you know, they go to Jungle Boy. He's, I guess, somewhere in the middle of some road and building a grave for Christian Cage. And buried alive match? I don't know. But Christian looked nervous as he walked out of the ring then. Hook went against Matt Hardy for the FTW title. I know that Stokely used the fake cast and Hook still beat Matt Hardy. I'm sure Matt's... I don't want to go into Jeff right now. There's enough going on with Jeff Hardy. But I'm sure he wants him back there right now because I have no idea what they're doing with Private Party and Matt Hardy and Stokely and them at this point. Okay, but I'm not going to step into the Jeff Hardy thing right now. I've just enough to say about that. But yeah, Hook beat him, and I guess now Hook will face Stokely at some point. I don't really know how to feel about that, but whatever. Tony Storm went against Rio. I don't know. This is probably the third or fourth time I've woofed throughout the entire night, saying woof, given that I swear to God, Rio looked like she struggled hard to even pin Tony Storm. even though it was a distraction finish. I'm almost surprised it even went that long too. But right after the match, Hayter and Britt Baker start going after Tony Storm. And then, Saraya's in the ring with Jamie Hayter. Ruby Soho comes out and just knocks both of them down because, the triple threat. And then all the security just start breaking everybody up then as, they got a triple threat match for the title this Sunday. This match, I was kind of whatever on. I was in and out of it anyways. So there you go. Keith Lee and Dustin Rhodes, Deacon Keith Lee were kind of promo on the Mogul affiliates. I guess they'll have a match at some point. The Casino Battle Royale. Last week was a regular Battle Royale. Now we got a Casino one, which the teams we've had out there were the Dark Order. Um, who else? Rush and Preston Vance and the Lucha Brothers were out there. The Blackpool Combat Club, Aussie Open, the Jericho, whatever, Ever Rise, Top Flight, the Kingdom. I didn't even know the Kingdom was still there. Josh Woods and Tony Nese and Sterling, they ended up attacking the Lucha Brothers, so they just took them out of the whole thing. Who else was in this match? The Butcher and the Blade, Cassie and Danhausen, given that the best friends couldn't compete. Which, Dark Order ends up distracting Blackpool, so they get eliminated. And, I'm going to be honest. I actually thought the Butcher and the Blade were actually going to get a push here, but no. So 2 times in a row tonight, they had Orange Cassidy go over. So no FTR return, which I'm sure anybody's pissed about that. Now, even I thought FTR was going to return. I'm like, okay, FTR will get the 4th spot. Okay, I think that'll happen. But no, they went with Cassidy and Danhausen. And I'll say this about the Butcher and the Blade. Given that they've been here since kind of almost day one in this company, and they've been jobbing into almost everybody for the past few years, even I thought they were going to get some type of a push here and actually be in this match. I'm like, oh, maybe it's going to be their time for once. And no. And then again, I didn't care for like half of these teams in this match anyways, okay? So, do I really care who is in this match now at this point? Not really. And then right after, Jarrett and Lethal come out and attack, and then the Acclaim come out. Honestly, I'd rather see the belts on Jeff Jarrett and Lethal. This is probably the best tag team out of this whole match, okay? Gun Club, which still need time. I like the Acclaim, but even I thought their run was starting to go down as the tag champs in a way. I have no care for Cassidy, Pocket, and, Danhausen. I have no care for that. At this point, shit, a wild slap nuts appears, okay? You might as well have him and Jay Lethal get the titles, because Jay Lethal barely wins anything in his company as it is anyways. But yeah, no FTR. But in the last part of the show, MJF and Bryan Danielson, which, MJF was coming out here cutting his promo, not MJF, but Danielson, as, Renee Young asked them about MJF dropping out of college to, become a wrestler. Danielson talked about fighting for your dreams. He'll fight for you. And talked about when he had to retire and come back. But Danielson told him to shut up. And he said, you've taken shortcuts and everything. You haven't fought for anything. There's a reason why your fiance left you and stuff. You're just jealous of my life and everything. What happened to the whole, pinned shoulders on mats and banging rats, huh? Okay, because, I wouldn't want my, daughter to marry someone like you. And, Danielson, so he's fought for everything throughout his career. He's like, MJF has had a silver spoon. You haven't fought, okay? He could have stayed in the WWE and paid for the rest of his life, but he wanted to fight and become the AEW World Champion. That's his new dream now. And, he talked about he's fought poverty, he's fought injuries, he's fought for basically his entire life. And Sunday he told MJF, you're going to get your fucking head kicked in, as the crowd went nuts. So, hell of a promo from Danielson, even though they had like 6-7 minutes in the show left, which honestly this promo could have went a little bit longer because there wasn't a lot of time left in the show, but that was taken up by the damn Battle Royale though. But Danielson did what he could to sell you for his pay-per-view this Sunday. He did as much as he could to do it with that promo. I'll give him that. But yeah, this show though, I'm really not sure what to even say about Revolution and my excitement level for it. It's literally on the iffy, and I feel like they need another week or two to build off of this. Okay, they really do throughout this entire show. So I don't even really know how many matches is on Revolution, to be honest. So I'm not even sure what to expect out of this. But can I say my excitement level is at an all-time high for this pay-per-view? No. Do I kind of wish they would have stayed on Saturdays in a way with these shows too? Yeah. But I don't know. We're gonna have a review this Sunday, so watch out for that. All right, but yeah, this show was rough getting through, given this was a go home show at the same time. But other than that, I am out of here. Comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at HoodieKnight890. Wake up, it's the first of the month, and we gonna ball like it's March Madness. All right, so I'm out of here. See y'all then. Peace.